Hey there, it's Susan Pierce Thompson, and welcome to the weekly vlog. So, the date of the release of this vlog is Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. And this past week, we celebrated two major anniversaries. I don't know if you were aware of that, but we did. Do you remember celebrating? Maybe not. So in this vlog, we shall celebrate together. The first anniversary was August 5th. And August 5th marked 7 years of the existence of Brightline Eating. It's Brightline Eating's 7th birthday. Happy birthday to us. And the date that marks the beginning of Brightline Eating is the date that the first community of us joined together in the form of an email list online, because Brightline Eating has always been primarily online. That was the date that I sent out an email to 96 of my closest friends and family to say, it's launched. There's a free report that you can download and learn about the psychology of and neuroscience of sustainable weight loss. And please share it with your friends. And all evening on August 5th, which was a Tuesday back in 2014, all night, I sent out that email at about 5 p.m. Eastern time, and ping, 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 ping. People started joining the email list and reading and learning and sharing with their friends. And it started. Brightline Eating began. And it was kind of a slow rolling ball at first. But by the end of 2015, we had well over 100,000 people on that email list. And Brightline Eating was truly a worldwide movement and a close-knit community, and lives were being changed. And it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. But it all started when, for the very first time, there was a we. There was you and me together in a group on an email list as an entity that existed beyond just, my thoughts. I could mark the anniversary date from the morning meditation when I heard write a book called Brightline Eating. I could mark it from the day that I went to the post office and formed the LLC of Brightline Eating Solutions, LLC. We could mark it from the date of the first boot camp, and all of those are lovely anniversaries. But I really think that the starting date of Brightline Eating is when we first existed as an entity together, when there was first a community. And then the next anniversary that we celebrated this week was August 9th. And August 9th was 27 years clean and sober for me. August 9th, 1994. I woke up in the crack house that morning with a blonde wig on my head, all sucked up, skinny. I wasn't asleep. So I say woke up, meaning like came to presenced awareness, like came to consciousness in a clear present state, even though I'd been numb and awake for days in that crack house. And that morning, something inside me just knew that I had to get out of there, like just get up and get out of there right then, or that's all I was ever going to be. Rounds and rounds and rounds of desperate, messy drug addiction, prostitution. That's all my life was going to be. I just knew. And I got up and I got out of there. And then by some really, truly miraculous fluke, I got taken to a 12-step meeting for alcoholics and drug addicts on a first date that night with some guy whose name I truly don't remember. But I remember him. And I remember why he took me. He was a sex addict, so he was hanging out with me because I was a call girl, and he was 4 years sober, sober from alcohol, but still acting out in all kinds of ways. And he just wanted to be there. That was the place to be on Tuesday nights in San Francisco. And I walked into that meeting. I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know that I didn't know what it was. It was totally bizarre, but there were hundreds of people there, literally hundreds. And I got a coin to mark 24 hours. And I haven't had a drink or a drug since. 27 years. And, often around this time of year, I put out a vlog on something related to all this. And sometimes I enumerate, 7 points of lessons learned, or, 5 things that I'm thinking about at this juncture, or something. And really all I have right now is one thing. Just so much gratitude. So much gratitude. And the thought that the good stuff is just on that path where the difficulties lie, just going toward it and enduring what feels uncomfortable. That's where the good stuff is. The good stuff isn't behind the door of pleasure and ease. The good stuff is behind the door of challenge and hardship and difficulty. And what feels most good to me right now on that path is the gift of being able to help others from a place of, baby, I've been there. Having actual skills and actual lived experience to share. That deep wellspring of compassion that comes from having been just right in that same place of, why aren't I doing better than this? I don't know. I don't know. I could be, I should be, but I'm not. Darn it. And until you've been in that spot again and again and again and just really not had answers, and until you've found what's just past that on that path, it's hard to help somebody who is stuck there without just being like, well, you should be doing this, and, well, the textbook says that it goes like this, and you have a diagnosis of this, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, not helpful. Not helpful. How about I just light a candle and bring a cup of tea? 2 cups of tea, and we'll just sit together. Because, baby, I've been there. I've been there. And sometimes it's hard like this. It just is. And, if you're new to Bright Line Eating and you're kind of wondering, okay, I don't get it. Like, what does the crack addiction have to do with anything? It's like, well, it's addiction, what we're dealing with here. This food piece, it's addiction. Food addiction is real. And food addiction is the hardest. And real recovery on this path is hard won. And once you've been down that path, the harder path, for a bit, you really have something to share with others. And if your path has been laced with relapse and struggle, and maybe you're not even past that stretch of it yet, maybe you're in the relapse and the struggle, just know you're on the good path. It's a worthwhile path. It's the most blessed path. You got this. You really do. You really do. Do not give up. Do not give up. Stay here with us. Have a cup of tea. Let's sit together. You got this. Seven years, Bright Line Eating. They say that things go in 7-year cycles, and I think that comes from astrology and Saturn, and how Saturn takes 4 times 7 to get all the way around the sun, and so at 7 years it's square, and 14 years it's opposite, and 21 years it's back to square, and 28 years roughly it's all the way back, and Saturn represents these life lessons and challenges and lessons hard won, and blah de blah. And I don't know if it's that or if it's that, you know, in life it just takes a few years for things to mature and then a few years for things to need to be rearranged, and like roughly at 7 years there's a reckoning. I don't know. But I do feel Bright Line Eating solidifying, rearranging, and stretching for the next level. I feel it. It feels really good. I feel really clear, really excited, really blessed. So grateful that I got spared. So grateful for the deep willingness I feel right now to face the hardships on the harder path, knowing that it's the good path. It's worthwhile. So worth it. If we could all just take a look at our hardest spots in life and really work hard to learn skills and tools and lessons hard won and strategies and persevere, develop resilience, and get to the point where, through a place of deep compassion and deep, baby, I've been there, pass on those lessons to the next person who's struggling with that same challenge. What a world we would live in. We have so much to give when we've been through something hard. So happy 7 years, Bright Line Eating. Happy 27 years, Susan Peirce Thompson and Higher Power. And the fellowship and all the communities that have supported me in that, and us together here in Bright Line Eating. I love you. I feel so privileged that you open up your ears and your heart and your inbox and your podcast playlist to me each week or once in a while or whenever you do. But right now you are. And thank you. I don't take that lightly. Here's to keeping on for a little bit longer on the good path. And that's the weekly vlog. I'll see you next week.